Hey, how's it going? So what I want to do today is something a bit different. I want to look at how technology has changed in drivers in the past 20 years or so, and also how to make golf more affordable for anyone. What I've got here, I've got two different clubs. I've got a Titleist PT, so this one is from 1992, and this just cost me £1 on eBay. So it's not a bad buy, that. And I've also got my driver, which I'm currently using, which is the Taylormade R15 Driver. This is made in 2015, so I love it and I've not changed it, but this costs between £350 and £400. So I'm just going to compare these two clubs and see how they still perform. So first of all, let's have a look at the shaft. So the Titleist PT, which is the 1992 model, comes with an MS200 stiff shaft, steel, so it's heavy in weight, but it's still quite stiff. My current driver has got a graphite design Tour AD Di7X Flex, so this is quite lightweight. It's about 70 grams, I think. It's lightweight and very stiff. So of course, it's an older style club, so it's a fixed shaft glued in. You can't change it very easily. You got to heat it out if you do want to get rid of it. With my current driver, it's got the interchangeable shaft, which you just need the tool to take it, and you can change the loft and lies with most models. With this one, it's just the loft you can change 1 degree each way, which comes in handy sometimes when the swing changes. So let's look at the head of each club. So I've got the Titleist here. This is about 200 cc's or less actually. It's very small head. In comparison to the modern day driver, which is my Taylormade, which is 430 cc driver head. Look at them in comparison. It's very small to the modern day driver. And if we look at the grooves on the Titleist PT, there's lots of grooves there, so there's going to be more spin imparted on the ball because of the way that the face is designed. Whereas if we look at the Taylormade, there's a lot less surface area covered with the grooves, which means less spin is probably going to be generated from striking it with this driver. So with a smaller head, we're going to get less moment of inertia. That means that it's less forgiving. There's going to be less gear effect, which also any miss hit is going to be less forgiving, and the ball could go a bit further off target. And the small head, of course, is a smaller surface area, so there's less for you to actually strike when swinging the club. So in comparison with the Taylormade driver, it's hollow inside, but it's also much bigger. With 430 cc driver head, this means that the weight is distributed further from the CG, and that means that it's more forgiving, giving it more gear effect, a higher moment of inertia, and a larger surface area on the club face itself, giving it a greater size sweet spot. So don't forget though, the Titleist is only £1. That only cost me £1. So if you want to pick up golf, it doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. It can be that cheap. Off eBay you can find plenty of bargains as long as you know what you're looking for, and we'll see how it performs in a minute. But compared to this £350, £400 driver, let's see if it's worth it. So first up, I've got the Titleist PT. This is an 8.5 degree head, and I've never hit it before, so this could do anything. So, first shot has only gone 235 yards, went very low. It was a bit of a miss hit, so I expect, because of the size of the club face, it is more difficult to hit. So I'm going to hit three or four shots, see how it goes. See already on there the trajectory is quite low. That was struck from the heel. Very similar again, a little bit further this time. With it being such a low loft, that could be adding to this. Bit better. Not bad. 270 with roll. I mean, I feel like I'm not hitting this well, but it's not that far off target. I know it's 20 yards left, but there's not that much shape on it. So far it's quite solid from the shots that I've been giving it. And it feels quite nice off the club face, solid. With the heavier shaft, it gives you a bit more feel in the swing as well. I felt like a good swing that time. It still had a lot of shape on it. I'm sure with my driver there'll be a lot less shape than that in the shot. But distance wise, that is very strong. 279 yards. Not bad for £1, eh? Just hit one more. There's a shape on that. Big draw. So that could be down to the shaft on it being a little bit too soft. It is, I mean, this club is over 20 years old. It's 1992 this was made, so it's almost 25 years. So steel shafts do tend to wear off after that amount of time. They do start to lose their flex and get a little bit more whippy. So let's compare that now to my driver. I didn't do much of a different swing there. Carrying closer to 270 and running out to 310. A bit of a difference. My swing speed is relatively high, so we can get some good yardage from these shots. Still plenty of shape, remember my swing's a bit off at the moment. Okay, closer to 280 carry that time, less roll though, I must have spun it up a little bit. Not bad. So I don't need to hit many with my driver. I know that the shots that I'm hitting there are quite consistent to the normal ball flight. So let's have a little comparison to the stats and figures that we're getting from each driver. So remember, the first 5 drives were with the Titleist driver, and the last 3 were with my own driver. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the analysis of these last shots. So as we can see, the first shots were with these 5 here. Launch angle very low with the initial shots, as we can see. Ball speed is between 150 on average. So the ball speed on average with the first driver is closer to 150, and then up to my driver we're closer to 160. So if we look at the carry, at best I was getting 254 with the old driver, and then 282 with my modern driver. So that's a difference of 30 yards in carry, and overall distance another 30 yards there after roll. So we've had a quick look at both drivers, and we've got this one for £1, the Titleist PT, and this one for £400, which is the Taylormade R15. Which one is better? Of course, the modern driver is better, but only 30 yards better is that. If you want to start up golf and you want to do it cheaply, then this driver will get you started. It's harder to hit, but to be honest, it will make you a better golfer. And then eventually, when you can afford it, you can get the all singing, all dancing driver, and then start hitting it another 30 yards, potentially. But if you look at the drivers, the old school style is still very nice compared to the modern drivers. And for £1, this is very much worth it. So now you've got no excuses, get out there. We can go to driving ranges, go to cheap golf courses. No matter who you are, you can play golf. If you want to play it, you can do it. Get out there, enjoy golf, and I'll see you later. You know, this driver is described as a fairway wood on the Titleist website. I wouldn't want to be hitting 8.5 degrees off the deck. But it is pretty much the same size as the modern day 3 wood.